Hello and welcome to Sotogrande Television. My name is John Morton and I'm here in Estepona today, Saturday the 9th of March, with Samantha Dorricott to cover an exciting motoring event being held here. Samantha will be talking to some of the club members, and I have been lucky enough to be invited to accompany one of the club's members who is also a very good friend of mine, John Harris, as he drives the pre-planned 80-mile Ring of Corks route.
Hi, I'm Sam Dorricott. We're here at Laguna Village on rather a rainy Saturday morning, but we're not going to let it dampen our spirits. We're here for the classic car club Andalucia run. It's something that they do monthly. Beautiful cars and just generally having a fun day. I'm here with Ian Giles, who's the Presidente, or the chairman of the club, and we're going to have a little chat with him. Good morning, Ian. Thanks for coming to see us this morning.
Thank you for coming down too. Nice to have you along.
Thank you. What can we expect from this run today?
What do you mean other than the rain?
Yes.
Well, what the club expects on all our monthly events is good scenery, good roads to drive on, and to finish up, other than with good company, with a good lunch. But the main objective is for people to go out and enjoy driving their classic cars on some of the most stunning roads in Europe, which of course we're so fortunate to have here in Andalusia.
Absolutely. So how did this club begin? How did it start?
Well, I started the club around about 5 years ago, really because I've been in motorsport and motor cars all of my life, and I had a few classic cars, and I wanted to do something with them that would be fun, that would encourage people to come out, see the countryside. I've always loved exploring the countryside and going out on the weekend to drive, and this seemed like a great way of doing it, and that is the objective of it.
It's a beautiful idea. So which is your car? What's your love?
I have a small collection of cars, and I like them all. I always say, my wife, when asked what's the best car, I said the next one. So they're all good to me.
They're all good. And how can people still join this club?
Yes, they can. We have between 500 and 600 members now, which is quite astonishing for a local club. And we've got members of all nationalities. But the club is still open to more members, and they can join up by coming onto the website, which is www.cccandalucia.com, as in the Classic Car Club of Andalusia, or they can just turn up at club events and sign on. It's very inexpensive to join. The subscriptions are only €25 a year, and that's for a double membership. So it's an inexpensive club. We charge €10 to do a run like this, because obviously it costs money to put them on. These events are put on a little like rallies of the 60s were put on. The only difference is we don't have any timing. So it's not a race, people can drive at their own pace. And we have what's called a road book, which is the way they navigate along the route. Obviously it's a different route every month, so they don't know where they're going. But they have a very precise, very detailed road book, or rutometro in Spanish, which guides them around. Very accurate, but it doesn't have any timing. So they pay €10, they get that, they'll have drinks halfway around, there'll be a coffee stop somewhere, a sherry stop, and then we'll finish with a good lunch, which is the object.
It sounds very civilised.
Very civilised indeed, yes.
Well,
it's a great way to enjoy classic cars anyway.
It sounds like a wonderful idea. Well, wish you a beautiful day, and the sun's peeking through, so I think you might just be all right. Have a lovely time, and thank you for talking to us.
Okay, well, thanks for coming down. Thank you.
After the signing in and a cup of early morning coffee, and as the drivers start getting themselves ready for the off, we were privileged to interview Wyn Percy, one of the two honorary members of this fine club, the other being Joe Ramirez, the famous ex-member of the McLaren Formula One team, who incidentally we also interviewed a couple of years ago at the F1 pre-season practice in Jerez. Wyn Percy is a true legend in motorsport, and I am told was often regarded as the world's #1 touring car driver in his era.
We're here now with Wyn Percy, who I've heard is an honorary member of the car club. Wyn, it's very nice to meet you. Good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
May I ask how you came to be an honorary member?
Well, I guess it's because I had a wonderful, exciting life in motorsport until, sadly, a hospital mistake paralysed me nearly 10 years ago now. But I had 40 years of motorsport. First 10 years were, like all of us, club level, and not really ever believing that it could be a career as such. And then I was picked up and put into British touring cars by Toyota, and it went on from there to the next 30 years of travelling the world, driving all sorts of cars, from 1,000 brake horsepower cars at Le Mans, 235 mile an hour cars, to V8s in Australia, to Japan, and then in the latter part of my life, the racing life, to historic cars, and the pleasure of driving the Hawthorne Le Mans winning D-Type of 1955. Privately owned cars, but beautiful cars in their own right.
That's fantastic. So what car are you travelling in today?
Today on the event I've got a 1962 ex-London Police Force Daimler Dart. It's perfect for me because it's automatic, which I have to use with my disability. But so much of it is original. The bell, the radio's still there, and the history of the car is quite amazing.
I saw it, I took a photo. My granddad was a policeman. I was so excited. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Well, I went to Goodwood last year. Every year I go back to the Goodwood Revival. Lord March has asked me to take on the job of driving standards officer. And last year I was picked up at the airport and taken up to the circuit. And the driver pointed out that his father was the policeman that used to drive that car. And he's actually given me a load of the memorabilia to go with it. So it really is just nice to have it, you know. It's a lovely car to drive.
It's a beautiful story. So one last quick question. What's been one of the highlights of your career?
It's difficult. Probably building the team in Australia from scratch in 1990, the Holden factory team, and then winning Bathurst that year, which is the race in New South Wales. It's bigger than the Grand Prix in Australia. To the Australians it's massive, and to win that was a bit special. Other things probably with Jaguar, winning the 24-hour Spa with the Jaguar, and going to Le Mans representing Jaguar. I've been very lucky, to be honest.
It sounds really wonderful. Wyn, thanks so much for joining us, and have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you.
As John and I left Estepona and headed up into the beautiful Andalusian countryside, I was truly amazed by the breathtaking scenery. I'm very much looking forward to the next few hours. Recent rain, the roads were challenging to say the least, with regular rockfalls to negotiate. And of course the usual day-to-day problems that driving one of these fine cars can bring. A tyre puncture, but not a problem, with many fellow drivers and their partners soon stopping to give a helping hand. Our first stop of the day, after driving around 32 miles of some incredible scenery, was for coffee at the Venta Solero, some 3 miles beyond the village of Algotassin. With everyone fully recharged, our next planned stop was some 30 miles away. After driving through Cortes de la Frontera, we drove on through the cork tree-lined National Park, where we stopped in a beautiful area for the planned sherry stop. Whilst the members enjoyed their sherry and nibbles, we took the opportunity to look at some of the beautiful classic cars on display. It was then time to move on for our final stop for a late lunch. On the way, John and I spotted the perfect finca in need of a little restoration and complete with its own livestock. Arriving at the Venta Casares near Casares completed a perfect day despite the weather. Finally though, we thought it only right that my host John should have the last word. Here's what he had to say to Sam.
Well, we may not have had the best weather, but it's still been a fantastic day for the Andalucia Classic Car Club. I'm here with one of the members. How is it for you? You have fun today?
Great day, bit wet, but good turnout. Quite a lot of people. Had a great time going over Los Reales, the big hill in the fog. Interesting. But no, good day. It's good.
What do you think have been sort of the highlights as far as cars are concerned? Which have been your favourites?
Favourite car? Well, my favourite car is my Blue E-Type, but that's at home.
So what's the appeal for classic cars, do you think? Why do people get so excited?
Well, I mean, me personally, I've always liked motor cars, and I've had lots of cars. And now I live here. Ian's got a really good club going, which is a sort of social club. It's not too involved in mechanics and stuff. It's fun. We have lots of runs, normally in nice weather, and we end up with a good lunch. And we're all good pals, and it's good fun.
That's the main thing. Well, Tom, thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you. Well, we can only hope that the weather is a little brighter for next time, but it has been a fantastic day, a brilliant run for the Classic Car Club of Andalusia, and we've been here to cover it, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching the interviews and looking at all the fantastic cars, and we hope to do it again soon. This is Samantha Dorricott for Sotogrande Television, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.